You know, I had seen the movie a million times because I have a 7-year-old boy, and so, you know, he was probably 4 and a half when they asked me to do it, and I loved the movie and thought, you know, it has a lot of heart and would make it sings. You know, that's always a question that you ask about musicals, and I thought it was a great idea.
I liked the heart of the story, but and then when I found out they were doing a musical, and especially when I found out who was involved, with Jason Moore and Jeanine Tesori and David Sieber, I was like, I wanted to be a part of it.
When my agent called and said they're interested in you for Shrek the musical, and I said, oh great, for what part? And they said Shrek. I said, yeah, I know, but what part? They said Shrek. No, but what part? I could not understand that was the case, but I feel very, very lucky to be doing this, yeah.
What we heard more than often, how are they going to do this, how are they going to do that, how are they going to do this, what's that going to look like? That's the one thing, because the movie is so amazing, and what we've accomplished is exactly what people were thinking. It was like, that works, and that's doing it, and that, oh my God, that's hilarious. And yeah, so we've accomplished what everyone was basically saying we couldn't.
We make one mistake and we get the rack. He taught us to dance with rounds and the taps. We straightened ballet, flamenco and jazz. My hard work and my rigor have made me so much bigger.
The audiences have been very, very receptive. We learned from the first preview that when the audience came in, they were with us on the journey, and Jason told us, he's like, they're with us. So now knowing that the audience is really, really with the story, it really feels good. It really does.
Seattle's amazing. It's great. I mean, the audience is really honest and very supportive, and you know, they don't show up with their arms folded. They're there, and they're also critical. And so if something isn't working, they'll tell you in a nice way, but it's very clear when something isn't landing. And I mean, that's why we're here. It's been very, very useful for us.
You're both trying to deliver the story that they expect and deliver them something new, but it's also music they've never heard before. So sort of managing that has actually been one of the things that's most helpful about Seattle, to see, you know what, the audience already knows that. We don't have to explain that so much. Or they really want to learn more about that because the movie didn't explain that. So I think that's actually one of the most important things we've learned here.
I think it works because it's a story that needs to be told. It's a story of, you know, an ogre who has been taught that he can only be this one thing, and he's misunderstood his whole life, and a princess who believes the stories she reads.
At its heart, it's got a great story, and it's got huge conflict and wonderful characters and great humor and a great villain, and those are hard to find.
I think it's it's a real American type of fairy tale. You know, we don't have our own very many, but with this one we do.
You pick up the Us Weekly and the People magazine and the Entertainment Weekly, and you only see beautiful people. And what is the story of the person who isn't that, who is the other, who doesn't have their story told? And how do they find acceptance and love and appreciation and self-love?
You have all these different kinds of shows coming together to create one, and I think that's what's neat about it. So if you love love stories, you have the love story. If you love comedy, you have the comedy. So you have everything. You know, and I think that's great to have that kind of universal theme tying it all together.
My heart in the story and Shrek's journey of finding friendship and ultimately love with Fiona, and who doesn't want that? And when it's wrapped up in the unexpected guise of this monster, it's a classic story.
We're going to have it on Broadway, and it's going to be spectacular. I mean, you saw it. It's spectacular already. I can't wait for Broadway. The things that we're going to be able to accomplish there are going to be extraordinary.
So is Broadway ready for a big green ogre?
Broadway is definitely ready for a big green ogre. It's time. It's time.
Well, we're bringing ugly back. You know, everything's been too pretty and too narrow for too long. Let's put something different. The great white way? No, let's make it the great green way.
I hope they're ready because we're coming.